Where you're here?
Where you from? Caledonia.
That's right.
Well, if you're working with Tim, you're working hard.
How you doing, man?
How you, Tim? Doing all right?
How you doing,
Tim,
man?
you
Oh yeah.
Barry, huh?
Oh yeah. No Barry.
Barry, I told Barry, I said, you got to see Tim's trailer.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So there was a few people, just a couple, who had figured this out, but I don't understand people who had forgot about you and what you're doing and never put that together or anything.
I couldn't either, and I never put anything on social media.
I know.
Nothing.
I know.
The only thing I put a video yesterday on LinkedIn.
All right.
Other than that, I was like, mum's the word.
So we got, this is it. This is what it is. I'm down here in Louisville, Mississippi at Taylor Construction Equipment, and this, of course, is where Slade works. And I guess, Barry, you're Slade's boss, right? Or
I'm the product support manager.
Product support manager for
everything there is to know about all this equipment. Barry's the man. So
So
it look good.
I'm telling you, this is it, y'all. You see it gave the, what I was talking about, the metal on it and all. Just the tracks are they're a lot bigger than that 57. Oh yeah, man, they're huge. Heck of a boom on that thing too. Yeah.
See the difference? So short stick, standard.
Right.
Long stick.
Right.
So there is a difference.
Oh yeah, I think it's about 10 inches or something
14,
like it. 14 inches is what it is.
Yeah.
And dude, in the hydraulic world, that equates to a lot of power. You know, all your mining stuff is gonna have that short stick on it, you know, for that power.
Right.
And dude, I like it.
Sharp.
I like it. That thing's gonna be slick with that grapple on there. So you won't have no trouble handling that grapple, Gabe. You see, man,
that grapple's a load, though.
Yeah, that for an attachment, that is a load. You are correct. Yes, you are correct. And it's like 1,500 with the saw on it.
This also's got the extra counterweight on it.
Yeah, that's right. Look at that blade on that thing, Gabe.
Four-way blade.
Yeah. Yep. That thing.
Yeah. I told him, I said, hey, don't even take the plastic off.
Right. Man, I am tickled to death, dude.
I love them.
So this was kind of a crazy deal.
It really was.
Slade, did you have them load the wrong machine the other day down there at the port, or what?
So, we wasn't gonna tell that.
We don't have to elaborate on. We don't have to elaborate on anything, but
we don't have control over everything everybody does. But the first time,
because there was gonna be people ask about it. They're gonna be like, "Well, Slade screwed that up."
100%, and they just messed up and put the wrong machine on there because you know the girls called and said, "Hey, Cotton Top's machine's here." So I was out of town, and as soon as I was way down there.
You could tell it.
I was like,
that ain't right.
Gosh. And I done told you it was here. You know?
Oh, so it's funny. When that one came in, he called me and goes, "Man, this thing is not right." And I was like, "Well, what's exactly not right on it?" He said, "Kind of everything, almost. It's got the long, you know, the
long
stick.
It's only got one function." I said, but thank goodness my boss got to look in and he said, "Hey, there's another one. We'll pick it up and
yeah, so
bring it on."
We got it. Shit, come in Monday. Today's Wednesday, so I'm coming down here today. But man, I tell you what, I am good. Just it does that thing. I will be able to waylay any tree. The tree we took down this morning, had I had this machine, I'd have never put a rope in the tree. I'd have just got behind it and just manhandled it and just shoved it right on over and everything's what I'd done. Y'all pretty much got the southeast with Hyundai now, right?
Yeah,
just about it.
Well, we have the whole state basically, and we have Tennessee. Yeah. We have Kentucky.
Right.
We have Ohio. Bits and pieces, and you know, Taylor's, if you guys know Taylor's, they're well known across the United States and even worldwide. But we are getting bigger chunks of the territory.
What he's talking about, Taylor, for y'all who are in the know, may not know, the big red forklifts, that is Taylor.
It's Taylor Machine Works.
Right.
Taylor Leasing and Rental, so they have about 1,500 forklifts in their rental system.
Plus, you can rent all this stuff here too. Brian Hollis said they got a Magni rented right now.
Taylor Taylor Logistics, which is how we move our equipment all over the world.
Oh yeah.
Taylor Power. Taylor Defense. They have a huge defense contract with the federal government, which I should go show you a couple of those machines. Taylor Construction Equipment, Taylor SSI, which is what we're really known for, 95 years in business, but Taylor's has 407 service guys, so SSI is Sudden Service Incorporated.
Gotcha.
So 250 something service trucks, so service is what we do. And then just recently they started Taylor Tool and Supply. We have one here in Louisville, and then they're opening one up in Starkville there.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, so right there where Roy's opening up the grocery store.
Right there. Yep. So one cool thing too, I already had somebody in the I was reading in the comments today, because I said I was about to get the machine today. There was one person, he said, I'm really anxious to see what you're getting, because he said, I'm getting close. He said, I'm fixing to get me another machine. I want to see what you're going to get. So you can, you know, if you got any kind of needs like that or whatever, you know, you can, reach out to Taylor Equipment here, and they can fix you up or whatever, so they can hook you up. And then to the rental stuff, man, if you want to rent something, you got a job for a month to do, and you can get an excavator, you know, it doesn't matter. It can be this size or it can be giant, you know, if you want, because they got them. I know the last time I was here, y'all had some 300s here. It looked like y'all got some bigger than that down there now.
I got several, lots of off-road dump trucks. I'm in the process of renting a SMI big trommel, that 612 trommel, 50 to 180 tons of topsoil an hour. That thing will process. So.
Cause y'all fool with everything, man.
Yep. Oh, like get in it.
Yeah. Woo, that's a stick and a half on that thing, man. That boom.
It is beefy too.
I'm telling you.
I mean, Barry can tell you. I've got several customers that's got them, and I said in a video yesterday, I don't know that it's not our most popular machine.
Cool
I got guys that's got one of these in a dirt pit.
Oh yeah, and load trucks with it. Oh yeah, you can do production work with these things, you know. I mean, obviously it's not as fast loading as like a 300 or something, but you can still get the job done pretty efficiently, you know.
20,290 pounds, I think is what it was.
Yeah. So there were some, I don't know, there's 2 or 3 people in the comments who kind of had things figured out. I think they probably remembered the connection with Slade and, you know, put 2 and 2 together. I met Slade a few years ago. I knew about him, but I had never been over there to meet him or anything. And just, I've always liked Slade. I did talk to several other manufacturers about a machine, And the price ranges on machine are pretty crazy. I had I did talk to Kubota, I talked to Caterpillar, talked to both of them, and the Caterpillar is just, the price tag on it is really, really high. You know, you got to decide on, you know, what you're want to spend. You know, the Cat, it was the highest, I will say. The Caterpillar coming in, it was $154,000 for a 308, and that was before tax, and so you got to pay sales tax on it too. And the other thing about the Caterpillar, because that seems like what a lot of people kind of lean toward, or kind of I don't know, there's a lot of people, I guess it's just the name, but the Caterpillar, you cannot get the 4-way blade on the Cat. And I'm pretty on the 308 size machine, you cannot get the 4-way blade on it. And I pretty much have to have the 4-way blade because it's really helpful. Like if I'm trying to get against a sidewalk and anchor the machine down, I can actually angle the machine and then angle the blade, and I can get closer than I would if I've got a straight blade, if that makes sense. Also, say a building, I can jam it up against the building, I can angle the blade and still get even closer to the building by coming in at the corner of the blade and getting up to it. So it made sense to do what I did and go the route I did and pick Taylor equipment with the Hyundai machine. So this afternoon I got at home, me and Gabe, we started working on cleaning up my shop down there this afternoon, because actually Rotobeck is sending their techs down here, and he's going to be here the first week in April. So don't get excited about seeing this thing run. It's going to be a little bit before I get it running, because there's some things I've got to install on the machine to make the saw work. When you get up into these complicated hydraulics, it's going to work just like my grapple saw did on my big John Deere loader. And with my big John Deere loader, it literally took me and Jay working on it off and on about 3 months to get that thing working. Now, it won't take that long with this one to get it working. We'll have it working within a couple of weeks, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the install of the plumbing on it to get that part done. And I'm gonna be filming all that as I go along. And then, like I said, there's some other stuff that has to go mount to the machine to complete the working part for the saw, to make the saw work. And there's going to have to be some wiring done on it, some other things like that to go along with it. And that stuff, you just can't go out there and snap your fingers and make it happen. It just does not work like that. Because, I mean, this is some in-depth install stuff, and you got to pick the right places to mount things and all that stuff like that. So we'll talk about the machine a little bit, the Hyundai HX85A. The machine's going to come in at over 20,000 pounds where it's sitting right now. And then once I stick the grapple and the saw on there, you're looking at another 1,500 pounds on top of that. So I'm going to be just under 22,000 pounds with it. I get asked a lot, do I have CDLs, or do you got to have CDLs? I've got CDLs. I've had CDL license since 1993. And so the machine, you're looking at, a lot more weight on the machine compared to my Kubota. My Kubota with the grapple I got on there right now weighs a little over 13,000 pounds. So you're looking at nearly 10,000 more pounds weight, which is what I want. I am going to keep my Kubota, my KXO57. It has been paid for quite a while now. And I'm going to keep it. So now I'll have two machines. So I get on like the job Kevin and I did at the cemetery the other day. I'll take both of them and we'll double team that son of a gun and we'll just roll through it real quick and get it done. The the Hyundai is powered by a Yanmar engine in it. So the Yanmar is it and the Kubota engine. They're kind of side by side and bulletproof as they come. And so I'm excited about that, to run the Yanmar. My Kubota that I've had has been bulletproof. I really hadn't done anything to my Kubota as far other than just service it. That's it. I've never even busted a line on that machine at all. And as far as strength-wise, the Kubota is just, I mean, it's just like the video I filmed the other day, pushing that gigantic white oak over. The machine is just crazy strong. And then this Hyundai 85, with the counterweight, the extra counterweight that I've got on it and the short stick that I've got on it, that machine's ready to pick up 8,200 pounds at the blade. So the 1,500 pound grapple is actually not going to be nothing for it. And then even at reaching, I started to go ahead and stick the grapple on it this afternoon when I got home and without the hoses on it, and just reach out with it and see what the machine felt like. But I don't think there's going to be any kind of tip factor out there at all. Even at full reach, I don't think it is with the 1,500 pound grapple on there. I don't think it's going to affect the machine at all out there. Now, obviously, when you grab a log or something and you start to move it around, sure, you may have to manipulate things a little bit, work with it to make it come in, you know, to where you're not tipping or anything like that. I am really impressed with the cab. I sit in a lot of cabs. I've sat in tons of cabs of machine. I was impressed with the cab. The machine actually has the exact same Grammer seat in it that is in my old John Deere 2154 loader and Kevin's 2554 processor. Exact same seat in those two machines is in that Hyundai Excavator. It's heated also, and it's got camera in it. It's just loaded. I got it with everything you could get on it. It's loaded out with it. So I will get a lot more video with it as time goes on, as I kind of, you know, work with it a little bit. I was sitting it down there this afternoon, took the plastic off the seat, took two of the exterior mirrors off. It had three on it. I took two of them off, and it's got one more outside of it. I left it on there, and it's got one inside of a rearview mirror, and of course it's got a camera too. The bottom line on equipment and machinery is this right here, and always remember this. A lot of people can't understand this. They've never had a piece of equipment or bought anything like that, and they just don't get it, and they just don't understand it. You've got to have service. I don't care what color it is. I don't care if you've paid $160,000 for a Cat 308 machine. Just because you've paid that for it is not going to keep it from breaking down and for you needing service for it. And so no matter what brand it is, what color paint you got on it, what you just bought, any of it can break down in any given second. And then the name of the game begins with, how quick can you get me back going? That's it, period, end of story. You got to have something that you can get service for and get it worked on. And of course, where I'm sitting at right here, there's some of these equipment, the manufacturers, I don't have a dealer. I don't have a dealer within 5-6 hours of me. There's one of the manufacturers, I don't have a dealer within 12 hours of me where I'm at. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you stayed around to the whole thing, to the commentary part of it. Y'all have a good evening, good day, whatever it is, what time of day it is. We'll catch y'all later. Later, taters.